Doug Manzer with the Alberta Conservation Association. We work in a collaborative project with the Alberta Trappers Association, and it's a project focused on trying to better understand the conservation needs of wolverines in Alberta. I think citizen science is an emerging but fundamental example of how real conservation works. Because often, as a scientist, when you collect information and try and understand what is really important in terms of a conservation need, you don't often have the opportunity, and we aren't very good at translating that into letting the public know and then into conservation actions. And by working with stakeholder groups like the Alberta Trappers Association, we actually have someone who's extremely interested in wolverine conservation in the project we're working with, and they have a vested interest in trying to ensure that wolverines are conserved over the long term. So I think by working with citizen scientists, you actually get the benefit of those people, obviously helping to actually collect information, but probably more importantly, having a vested interest in the long-term conservation question. I think citizen science, even using that word, is, people are still trying to figure out what that means. It's probably a bigger question maybe in the academic community than it is for stakeholder groups. I think stakeholders really just want to do their part. They're interested, they're passionate about certain subjects, so they want to be involved. The challenge is trying to find a meaningful role that people can play when they're not specialists in the field. They're often doing this, they're volunteering their time, often they're volunteering their resources. So finding something that balances out the time they have, the resources they have, and making a meaningful contribution is one of the challenges to make it all work. I think you really have to listen and try and better understand the people that you're trying to engage in a project. And in our case, we were actually approached by the Trapping Association in Alberta to become involved in the project we're working with. But I think that over time, when you work with different groups, it's really just important to listen to what they have to say, try and understand them as individuals and as a collective unit, and to be adaptable to what their needs are. I think it needs to gain the respect of the broader scientific community, and I'd suggest from maybe from a political perspective, be recognized as a very viable way of collecting information, and that people who are involved in making decisions would listen to the groups that are involved in collecting these data and interpreting this information. And if people are willing to do that, they'll see that these people have invested an awful lot of their time and effort into that, and that they have a strong message to tell.